Good morning. We just spent the last 2 nights at this beautiful camp. It's Calliope River Rest Area. Free camping on the river, which is really beautiful. We only planned to spend a day here, or a night, and then yesterday we were kind of just sitting there having coffee, watching the birds, heaps of different bird species. We had like a whistling kite sitting in the tree right next to us. So that was nice. And then we had to do a bunch of admin-y sort of stuff, updating insurance and roadside assistance for the van. And the day kind of just got away, but because it was so nice, we decided to stay here. But yeah, we'd kind of been sitting there all day doing some admin-y stuff and some editing, and after dinner we were like, all right, let's go for a walk. So we walked down to the river. I sort of shone the torch out a bit further, and there's sort of 2 reflecting things that look like eyes, and I just jokingly said to Brooke, oh, that looks like, you know, a croc looking back at us. Brooke froze, and she sort of realized and remembered the wiki camps had a little croc warning symbol on it. So we quickly got back to the van. We're like 90% sure it wasn't a croc, but moral of the story is it's a beautiful spot here, but just watch out for the crocs. Probably don't go swimming. And we're watching people kayaking and stuff yesterday. I don't know if they don't care or they don't know. But anyway, we're gonna head north to Rocky. A mate of mine's told me that the mountain bike trails are there are pretty good, so we're gonna go check that out.
Yeah.
We spent last night at Kershaw Gardens in Rockhampton, free, and backed onto some nice parklands. And now we've just pulled up at First Turkey Mountain Reserve in Rockhampton, and we're gonna go for a ride. I'm getting better vibes than the last place we rode at Toogoom near Burham Heads. Seen one guy just put a full downhill bike into the back of his car, and another bloke rode past with a full face helmet on. So slightly better vibes, but we're gonna go check that out and see what it's like here.
Ready to descend down Megatron. Well, we just had an epic ride. A very friendly local gave us some pointers before we headed out. But rode a bunch of trails, but I think Megatron was probably our favourite, and then Cactus was also pretty good. Dirt Clown's a little jump line was also fun. I think we did about 22 Ks. Now we're going to work out where we're going. So where are we going next?
To a dump point, probably.
Oh, that's not exciting. But then where?
I don't know.
It's about 3 o'clock or something. We don't know where we're staying tonight. So
No.
we're going to work that out. The less glamorous things about van life.
That's good.
Yeah.
What?
So gross. We only dump grey water, but everyone else is dumping poo-poo. Had our first mishap. We just had a hose blow off the cooling system, and we're just climbing up a very steep climb to, where are we going? Angela
National Park.
National Park, to a campsite. Started steaming out everywhere. So anyway, gotta try and sort this out.
Yeah, so basically what seems to be the situation is that our auxiliary water pump has blown, which is kind of just a fancy thing that Mercedes put in for a few different reasons. And so, although it doesn't necessarily affect the engine, it affects it because the coolant is leaking out the pipe that normally runs through there. So obviously we can't just drive, so we're gonna have to figure out a tow truck. Luckily we have roadside, and so that should be fine. The nearest mechanic is, I think, about 17 minutes away, but we might end up just going into Mackay if that's going to be easier, or if it's kind of like a mechanic that's has a bit of a partnership with our roadside assist. So anyway, not an ideal situation, but not the worst. I'm just sad because we booked a nice little bush camp, Broken River bush camp, and we're going to go for some hikes, and it's such a beautiful day to do that. But yeah, could be worse. It could be a more expensive part. So luckily it's not that.
Welcome to roadside assistance. Please hold. An operator will be with you shortly.
So we're now just waiting for a tow truck. The local mechanic was really friendly and is going to have a look at it in the morning, and we're going to park up at the servo. And one thing that's come out of this is the locals here are so friendly. I've had one other bunch of travellers stop and give me their number. They're staying at Youngella, I think it's pronounced. But literally like every second car is stopping. We've had a bus stop and the driver was like, "You okay?" But it's, yeah, crazy. I've never seen so many people stop for a breakdown. It's, yeah, kind of nice to see. I'm just going to leave the camera on for a little bit and I'll see if I can show you what I mean with people stopping. Yeah, all good. Just waiting on a towie. No worries. Cheers. Yeah, that's all right. Do you have any idea how long that will be? All right, see ya. Wait.
One eternity later.
Well, it's now 7:46. We had to go back and have a look and see when we first initially saw all the smoke and the coolant leaking out, or the steam. It was about 1:55. It's now 7:45. So it's been a bit of a journey today. However, I do not feel bad for us. I feel like still it's been a good day, because old mate that picked us up in the tow truck got home from a massive overnight job, got home at 4 a.m. and then was back at it all day today. And you know, he said he's got an hour and a half drive home because he's across the other side of town. He's not going to bed till probably like 11 o'clock, and then he's working tomorrow.
We're now parked in, well,
a vacant
it's a free
lot.
camp. Although we paid for a camp somewhere else, so it's kind of paid. We're parked up next to a mechanic's. We'll suss it out further tomorrow morning.
And we're not that hungry, but I feel like we need to eat, so we're going to make some burgers and probably just chill out, have an early night, and then be up early tomorrow, so we're not like snoozing and then knocking on our door saying, "Mate, what are you doing? We need to look at it."
So they've let us park up on this vacant lot next to the mechanic's. The mechanic came around this morning, literally like the nicest bloke I've ever met. He's going to go and get some parts for us today and hopefully get us on the road again tomorrow. But there are worse spots that we could be stuck. There's the van up on the lot. He said there's a little track down to the creek. So we're gonna go check that out. He said if you're lucky, you might see a platypus. The mechanic said creek, so I was expecting a little trickle, but take a look at this. That is just incredible. No platypus spotted yet. But I think I'm going to put the drone up and just explore up the creek a bit. We might even be able to pinpoint on the range behind us where we broke down. But yeah, this is ridiculous. And we never would have known about this if we hadn't broken down. So I guess silver linings, hey? Well, we're now ready to get back on the road, so we had to wait a little bit longer than we'd probably hoped or expected, as we had to wait for a part to come in from Sydney. The mechanic here, as I said before, so nice. He didn't even want to charge us for the actual work, just the part. We gave him some money though. Hopefully that's the end of our issues. We sort of rationed all our water and all that, and I think we even lost a bit of water coming down the hill. And I don't know if we talked about coming down the mountain on the back of the towie, but that was
Sketchy.
a little bit sketchy. I think even the towie was probably not completely comfortable. I think he was in first gear. We were coming down at like 20 k's an hour. But yeah, we were lucky enough to be in this spot for a few days. But I think by yesterday afternoon and this morning, we were ready to hit the road again, but it was looking like we were going to be here for the weekend. Thankfully, the mechanic just came over after lunch with the part and they fitted it. It was only a sort of 10-minute job or something. We're going to go fill up our tanks, find another camp for the night and kind of work out what we're doing from there. This river has the most crocs?
No, I don't think so.
Oh.
So our camp spot tonight is at the Leap Hotel. It is a free spot, but definitely encouraged to go and support the pub here. So we're going to go get some dinner and drinks. And then the game plan for tomorrow is to go to Cape Hillsborough for sunrise to watch the wallabies. I've seen on the reviews that it can get pretty busy, so I am expecting that to happen considering it's going to be a Saturday morning. But yeah, we'll just give it a go. So it does mean that it's going to be a 5 a.m. wake up, probably a 5:30 departure, to then arrive at like 6-ish, and then I think first flight 6:10, and yeah, so we'll see how we go.
It's better be worth it.
Right, we've just arrived at the beach, and I don't know if we're in the right spot, but we're gonna go check it out, and if not, I guess we can just walk down the beach. First light is at 6:10 and I think it's like 6:08, so hopefully the sun should come up soon. But the only problem is as soon as our alarm went off, it like 2 minutes later it started raining, so I was like, oh cool, that'll be good.
So
But
hopefully this isn't like a John Cena flute moment of just
yeah,
an awful disaster.
The bad flute moment. Anyway, we'll go and have a look. Wow. I think I'm gonna get a nice sunrise. So we can already see like a whole bunch of people down there getting ready, lining up.
Sun's now up and we're gonna go have another coffee and some brekkie. That was an experience. It's probably worth checking out if you want to see wallabies on the beach. It's probably guaranteed. It's a very controlled environment though, which, I don't know, mixed feelings, but it's probably for the best. Otherwise the people would probably just be feeding them here. I'm more used to just a bit more of a wild experience where I've grown up camping. They normally just come down, there's like hardly anyone there. You might see them, you might not. I don't know, it was worth checking out. It's a beautiful beach here as well. Like it's just, probably doesn't look it in this light. We've got a little bit of nice sunrise. I think after brekkie we're gonna go check out some of the walks around in the national park. Steepish climb up from the beach, but then there's all these caves as we make our way up, which is pretty cool.
Okay.
We're making our way to Turtle Lookout. Are we going to see any turtles?
I hope so.
Reviews were good. Don't know what time of year though, so I'm going to go check that out.
We just passed a lady who said there was a really good breeze at the top. I'm hoping that's true. It's a bit hot and sweaty.
Turtle update, there are turtles from Turtle Lookout. A little bit far down, but definitely we've seen at least 2 or 3. One of them was massive, which is good.
Help.
Yeah, because I like turtles. So.
I like turtles.
I like turtles.
Well, that's Cape Hillsborough National Park, or at least some of it. Definitely put that one on your list. Lots of wildlife and some pretty nice views. Nice little walk. I think there's some other walks around here as well. I think we're going to leave you guys here for now.
Yeah.
Where are we going now?
I don't know. Proserpine, I think.
Proserpine, maybe see some crocs. Yeah, we're going to keep heading up the coast of Queensland, northbound.
There goes my phone. We've just arrived to, I think we're going to get a nice sunset.
Well, that's Cape's Hill. Well, that's Cape's...
Cape